Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Wednesday, March 13th, 2019. Let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. To quote the great Ben Franklin, the only things in life that are guaranteed are death and taxes. But with all due respect to Big Ben, I'm adding one more thing to the list. Recap Wednesday, because that's what time it is, and what better way to kick off today's show than with a barn burner down there in the Southern Hemisphere at the New Zealand Pro. And let's jump right into the 212 action, where Australian native Aaron Politis managed to slide in and steal the number one spot. Coming in second was another Aussie powerhouse in Justin Wessels, who came in at his all-time best. And rounding out the top three was Swedish assassin Pierre Chamoun. In the classic physique division, it was Iranian bad boy Abkin Shakarabi who set the tone early and never looked back, as he forced hometown favorite Kevin O'Malley to settle for second. And closing out a surprisingly competitive top three here was Australian Murray Calcutt. Over here on the West Coast, we had some hot and heavy action at the John Lindsay Fit World Pro, which ended up being a shootout in the classic physique division that left third-year pro Marvin Corneo as the last man standing. Fresh off his Arnold Classic performance, a sliced and diced Khalid Chikawi managed to slide into second. David Robinson, who was one of our pre-show favorites, brought in third place in his classic debut. Fourth place went to Spain's David Campos, who put together his best overall look to date. And rounding out the top five here was Ali Emery, who continues to impress me every time I see him. As athletes, one of the hardest things to do is stay focused and perform at an elite level year after year. Because when you're constantly bombarded by people telling you how great you are, it starts to sink in, into your subconscious that is. But I guess at the end of the day, being able to do that is one of the things that separates champions from everyone else. For the last few months, all you've seen and heard on social media has been people talking about how Derek Lunsford is the next in line for the 212 throne. And for a young guy like him, I'm not sure how easy it is to tune that stuff out and stay focused on doing the day-to-day grind. So it'll be interesting to see how he responds to the pressure over the next 6 months or so, because these could end up being the moments that shape the way the division looks for the next decade. I saw in a documentary once that male lions spend something like 85% of their life sleeping. So if bodybuilders are like the lions of the physique world, I would be doing everything I could not to wake up the sleeping beast that is 212 champ Kamal Elgargni. At this point, it was only a year ago that Kamal was the talk of the town in the division after he shocked the world with his huge win at the Arnold Classic. But for some reason, it feels like no one talks about him the same way as we do some of the other elite guys in the 212 division. However, a rested and healthy Kamal Elgargni is a force to be reckoned with. So I would keep one eye on the sleeping lion, because as soon as he gets started and shows his teeth, everyone else might start to look, well, like prey. Sometimes a little time off is exactly what the soul needs to get itself back into realignment. So hopefully the extended time off was just what the doctor ordered to get Sas Herati all lined up and ready to attack his 2019 campaign. A few days ago, Sas announced on his social media that he was officially back in the gym and loving life after taking almost 2 months off to get himself back to where he needed to be. Personally, I love the fact that he stepped away to focus on getting himself in the right place physically and mentally. Because when your whole life revolves around eating, sleeping, and training, things tend to go off track sometimes. So hopefully now that Sas is back to being Sas, he'll be able to put together a solid run that ends with him locking up his first trip to the Olympia stage. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.